Hola again amigos, in today's vlog, we're going to tackle chapter 6, lesson 1a, which talks about justice. Before we dig deeper about the topic, let us know what is justice. The term justice is derived from the Latin word justitia, which means joining or fitting or of bound or tie. The concept of justice has been examined and defined differently by philosophers, political thinkers, economists, sociologists, and religious leaders. It has been changing from time to time depending upon the conditions and circumstances prevailing in each age. It needs to organize and draw an agreeable harmony among rights and obligations of individuals living in the society. It is connected with moral, social, economic, political, and legal relations of an individual with others. Justice is a concept of moral rightness based on ethics, rationality, law, religion, equity, and fairness. According to Charles Merriam, justice consists of a system of understanding and procedures through which each is accorded what is agreed upon as fair. Barker also claimed that justice is the reconciler and the synthesis of political values. It is their union in an adjusted and integrated whole. While St. Simon claimed that justice is from each according to his capacity, to each according to his need. But what really is the meaning of justice? Actually, it is difficult to give a precise and concise meaning of the term justice. Political thinkers and jurists had given different meanings and definitions. The reason for this is that the contents and implications of justice differ from country to country and also from time to time. The justice in the past is not the justice in the present day. Therefore, it is difficult to define justice. In the ordinary sense, justice means to give an aggregate party what is due to it and punish an individual or a group of individuals or an agency whenever offense is committed. While in the narrow sense, justice means it is associated with legal system and legal process in a society. In this sense, it is related to the system and legal process in a society, and it is also related to the settlement of disputes through judicial bodies. For instance, a man living in a society is attached to another man in one way or the other. This relationship has few rights and duties attached to it. While he is enjoying his rights, he also fulfills his duties and behaves in an appropriate manner with others. Then he is said to be doing justice. So justice can characterize with peace, genuine respect for people, fairness, justness, fair play, fair-mindedness, equity, equitableness, impartiality, lack of bias, objectivity, neutrality, lack of prejudice, open-mindedness, and non-partisanship. Justice can also be legal or philosophical theory by which fairness is administered. The concept of justice differs in every culture. There are 7 characteristics of justice. It consists of the following: human welfare, ethical concept, changeability, fulfillment of reasonable interest, performance of duties to provide everybody his reasonable share, and justice is related to values prevailing in society, and it is intended to ensure the members of each society. There are also 9 basic postulates of justice. Here are the following. First, there is the truth, followed by uniform values, equality before law, liberty, impartiality, respect of individuals' ability and capability, prospective discrimination is not justice, provision of rights, and fulfillment of basic needs. There are also kinds of justice or dimensions of justice. First, we have the legal dimension of justice. This is the narrow concept of justice and is associated with the legal system and the legal procedure existing in the society. The court of law interpret the law and apply the law after hearing the parties involved in a dispute. Here, justice is what is administered by the court of law, and the interpretation of the judge is considered as an embodiment of justice. Justice in the legal sense requires the following conditions: justice and reasonable non-discriminatory laws, the administration of justice by free and independent courts, inexpensive judicial process, court procedure should be simplified and avoid delay in justice, there should be a rule of law in the country. Justice and laws have close affinity with each other. The state makes laws and implements them in order to establish justice in the society. The following conditions are necessary to ensure legal justice: just laws, equality before law, uniform legal system, impartial and independent judiciary, inexpensive and efficient justice, and lastly, democratic organization of legislative bodies. Political dimensions of justice. Nobody should be denied of political rights, and to provide equal political rights is political justice. The following conditions are necessary to ensure political justice. First, the universal adult franchise, right to contest elections, right to criticize the government, right to form political parties, right to protest, right to petition, respect of human rights, protection of interests of minorities. Political authority should be based on the consent of the people, democratic system, and lastly, special provision for the protection of interests of backward classes and backward tribes. Political justice stands for a free and fair participation of people in the political sphere. Universal adult franchise is the expression of political justice. All liberal democratic countries are based on the principle of one man, one vote, one value is faithfully adopted. Political institutions should be representative in character, equality of opportunity in getting elected and in holding public offices, freedom of expression and association, and rights to seek redressal of public grievances are the important pillars of political justice. Social dimensions of justice. Social justice means to give proper opportunities to every citizens in every sphere of life to develop his personality and to end all types of social inequalities. The following conditions are necessary to ensure social justice: equality before law, absence of special rights, prohibitions of discrimination, to end caste system, just distribution of wealth, democratic government, just balance between freedom and social control, social security, provision of equal political rights, protection of interests of minorities, abolition of social values. The concept of social justice is based on the belief that all human beings are equal and that no discrimination should be made on the ground of race, religion, caste, sex, or place of birth. It has three implications. First one is equal social opportunities. The second one is special attention to weaker sections. And lastly, removal of social evils. Economic dimensions of justice. Economic justice means to provide equal opportunities to everybody to earn his livelihood. It also means to help such people who are not able to work and earn their livelihood. The basic needs of everybody, such as food, cloth, and shelter, should be fulfilled, and the unequal distribution of wealth needed to be stopped. Economic justice implies non-discrimination between man and man on the basis of economic viability. It stands for by assuring adequate means of livelihood to all, by making provisions for adequate working conditions, for equal pay for equal work, fair distribution of resources, equal economic opportunities to all people, and the concept of economic justice was emphasized by the socialistic thinkers. The following conditions are necessary to ensure economic justice. First, right to work for everybody, fulfillment of basic needs to reduce wide economic disparities, protection of the interests of workers from each according to his ability and to each according to his needs, just distribution of wealth, end of economic exploitation, special protection of the interests of weaker section, limited right to property, question of state interference in economic needs, fixed economy is better, and lastly, equal wages for same job. So we can conclude that justice is concerned with human welfare and the protection of reasonable interest. It can be experienced only when each citizen will perform his duties in right perspective. A just society is that society where every individual gets legal, political, social, economic justice. For every just society, there should be a proper combination among equality, liberty, and justice. There is a close mutual relationship among them, and individual is the subject matter of these concepts. And that will be the end of our vlog. I hope again that you have learned something from me. Adios por ahora, until next time.